Tonight on the South Today, Indigenous Australians from the Northern Territory get back some cultural treasures from Te Hura Otago Museum. Bannockburn wine is ready to take on the world after a global player makes a big local purchase. And a warning to swimmers and pet owners as the water warms up to be on the lookout for toxic algae. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Hannah Wilkins. A collection of Indigenous Australian artefacts which have been housed at Te Hura Otago Museum are now heading home again. Representatives of the Warumungu people attended a ceremony at the museum this week to claim the artefacts which were taken from the Northern Territory over 100 years ago.
Warumungu representatives giving thanks for the return of artefacts from the region with a song played on their boomerangs. A collection of items including a boomerang, stone knives and an adze were returned to the Warumungu people on Thursday by Otago Museum. They were taken in the late 19th or early 20th century from the Tennant Creek region in Australia's Northern Territory. It's one of the first repatriations of Australian Aboriginal items in New Zealand.
And I'm really happy to see our artefacts being sent back home, but also I feel a little bit, touched that to see the people from this country that looked after our artefact for, 120 years and handing it over.
He also made a boomerang and shield to gift to the museum after the welcoming embrace given to them by local mana whenua. The museum has collected objects from different cultures throughout history without knowing the significance behind the items, but Te Hura staff are trying to rectify that.
We're moving into a different phase now where we're recognising the significance of these collection items and ensuring that they're returned to their countries of origin.
Morris hopes these efforts could also lead to the return of more Māori artefacts to New Zealand in the future. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Dunedin vet John Keenan says he strived to be straight up and honest throughout his career. Now, more than 4 decades after starting as an animal doctor, he's preparing to hang up the tools of the trade.
For the last 45 years, Dunedin vet John Keenan has been treating all creatures, great and small. He admits to not being a big fan of working on birds, recalling one of his more tricky patients, a royal albatross.
The bird stretched its wings out, we could touch that wall and that wall. And when I started to discuss the potential problems, and the lady that had bought him said to me, "Don't talk in front of the albatross, he doesn't like it."
The 67-year-old's now getting ready to retire from the Mornington Veterinary Clinic after marking his 45-year professional anniversary this month. Keenan reckons the only reason he's lasted so long in the profession is because he takes great satisfaction from his work.
Clients that over the years that you've dealt with them, with their animals, you realise the emotional attachment that the clients have to their animals, and just having the client's gratitude is a huge thing as well.
He graduated from Massey University in the late 1970s, initially working in Levin before moving to Dunedin where he stayed. Keenan admits it's been a 7-days-a-week job and he's looking forward to doing things he hasn't made time for during his busy working life. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Kiwi cookie company Cookie Time has confirmed it's planning to expand into Dunedin, with the country's second cookie bar set to open on George Street. The company already operates a popular cookie bar in tourist hotspot Queenstown, along with one in Tokyo, Japan. The new Dunedin shop will offer a range of treats, from freshly baked cookies and extreme milkshakes through to souvenir gifts and an all-day dessert breakfast line. The Dunedin Cookie Bar is due to open to the public on the last weekend of November, with the company looking to open 5 more locations over the next few years. Winemakers in Bannockburn have raised a glass to celebrate new legal recognition for the Central Otago wine growing region. They're also toasting the sale of one local winery to one of the world's oldest names.
Bannockburn winemakers know they're onto a good thing. They've been granted official geographical indication for their wines, which is legal recognition for the unique drops grown in the sun-drenched Central Otago township. Celebrating recently at the Bannockburn Hotel, they were joined by 2 managers from the luxury French brand Edmond de Rothschild Heritage. The company recently purchased Bannockburn's Akarua Estate vineyard from Sir Clifford Skeggs.
We really believe that this Bannockburn area has got the best of everything you can find in Central Otago, and we deliver consistently some quality that will allow us then to work on the quality of the winemaking and to help this terroir to express in the glass.
The Rothschild representatives say they've hired a local team to manage the estate. Their focus will be on bringing their selection of Bannockburn wines to an international market looking for award-winning New Zealand product. In Central Otago, the South Today.
A group of artistic Dunedin students are showcasing 3 years of learning, perfecting and painting. Otago Polytech art student Oliver Hill is among them. He spent years crafting his pieces, focusing on how cities can overload the senses.
Yellow-tinted windows on an overwhelming city abstract piece. These oil paintings by Otago Polytechnic student Oliver Hill are on display as part of this year's student showcase at the institution. Bright colours, bold shapes and 5 whole tubes of oil paint, Hill combines it all to create his complex art.
I tend to do a lot of layer work and a lot of erasure, so I'll paint a certain part of a painting and I'll decide that it kind of doesn't fit with how I wanted it to look in the first place. And then I'll kind of erase the piece and start again.
The final year art student admits it takes him a long time to complete a piece, mulling over previous work and the lessons he's learnt.
So a painting like this, realistically the time to paint will be about 3 to 6 months, but in the grand scheme of things, this took 3 years to finish.
Hill's work is on display alongside pieces by his classmates as part of the Dunedin Art School Site 2022 exhibition, which is open to the public until Monday. In Dunedin, the South Today.
As the weather warms up, there are fresh warnings over the toxic algae cyanobacteria. It's reappearing around the country's waterways, particularly around Canterbury, and can be toxic to animals and humans.
Cyanobacteria, a potentially toxic algae, has been found in bodies of water across New Zealand, including Greater Christchurch. The algae is of particular concern to those with pets or people who enjoy water-based activities.
It's the blooms of cyanobacteria that cause problems, particularly can be harmful to humans and to animals.
The algal blooms under favourable conditions, including warm weather, good nutrients, stable water flows and plenty of sunlight. The cyanobacteria grows among other aquatic plant life and shouldn't be touched or ingested by humans. But scientists say the best line of defence is being able to recognise and avoid the toxic algae.
We can't monitor everywhere. In Christchurch alone there's about 187 kilometres of waterways. We monitor a few sites.
The algae typically presents in rivers as dark brown or black mats.
One of the key things we're looking for is these black strands of shiny black algae. And if we smell it, it's got a very strong earthy, musty odour, and that's the cyanobacteria. That's particularly attractive to dogs. They like that smell, they'll whip in, they'll have a sniff, they'll have a lick, and if it's producing toxins, it can be very harmful and fatal to dogs.
Hayward says the symptoms of cyanobacteria poisoning in animals or humans can vary, but recommends seeking urgent medical attention in suspected cases. In Christchurch, the South Today.
FI Yakane still to come on the South Today. Kiwi sporting legends lead the charge with promoting good gut health, and Riccarton racegoers are cautiously offered refunds after flooding stopped last weekend's action.
We're Age Concern Otago. Age Concern Otago hosts a multitude of social activities, including Indoor.
Hi, my name's Matt and I'm the Dines Group CEO. Dines is a company that's focused on selling logistics solutions to its customers. We're passionate about selling efficiency and we've been selling efficiency for over 50 years now.
Hi, Lindsay here from Ellis Campbell Menswear. We've opened another pop-up store in Invercargill. It's for a limited time. We're in D Street, 201, right beside the Lone Star. Come and check us out. We've got some fantastic deals for you. We've got moleskins, we've got every sort of shirt, warm ones, work ones, business, merino knitwear, jeans, trousers, you name it, the list goes on. It's such a big deal. Come and see us.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Alex Campbell Menswear, pop-up store, D Street, Invercargill.
Black Friday sale. No gimmicks, no clever marketing. Black Friday's coming up and that means it's sale time. And you know who loves a sale? My mate John. 30% off everything. John's got the biggest range of furniture and beds in store. Pay it off over 18 months interest free. Only at John's Furniture Warehouse and online at mymatejohn.co.nz. TCs and credit criteria apply.
Get that furniture from Stafford Street and my mate John.
Tēnā, welcome back. Some Kiwi sporting legends have been teeing off for gut health to help raise awareness of the need to get regular medical checks. Organisers say research shows having a healthy gut is critical to good health.
Kiwi sporting greats putting their golf skills to the test, all in the name of gut health research. Around 20 former and current athletes took part in the annual golf tournament at Pegasus, raising money for the Gut Foundation.
I know my way around this course, but unfortunately the golf ball doesn't know its way around, not consistently anyway.
Hadley knows better than most that there's a serious message behind the social tournament.
I'm a victim in many ways of a gut problem. In 2018 I was diagnosed with stage 4 colorectal cancer, which is bowel and liver cancer. It's pretty serious.
He's keen to help raise awareness of the importance of good gut health and getting regular checks. Money raised from the tournament will go towards further research and education.
We know so much now about the gut that we didn't know before. For example, people don't seem to know that 95% of your immunity resides in your gut.
Fitzgerald says evidence shows having a healthy gut goes a long way towards having good physical and mental well-being. The rate of gut disorders in New Zealand is high by international standards. The goal is to reduce the number of cases, including Crohn's disease, IBD and bowel cancer. In North Canterbury, the South Today.
People who attended Riccarton Racecourse in Christchurch last Saturday are being offered the chance to claim a full refund on their tickets after flooding postponed the event. However, the Canterbury Jockey Club is appealing to attendees not to claim a refund if they can avoid it, for what they say is the greater good of the racing industry and the local organisation. The club's blaming flooding for having to abandon events on New Zealand Cup Day after just 3 races. Club Chief Executive Tim Mills says the club spent more than $500,000 on setting up the course for the event. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Te Hura Otago Museum has handed back a collection of Indigenous Australian artefacts to their traditional owners. Bannockburn has been registered as a unique wine region as the Akarua Estate Winery is sold to the Rothschild Group. And toxic algae cyanobacteria is turning up again in Canterbury waterways, prompting warnings to pet owners. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome the Associate Editor, Jo Simpson. Hello, Jo.
Hi.
What can we expect in the weekend paper?
Labour shortages are putting a dent in the Dunedin economy. Violent Gang is set to be listed on New Zealand's gang register after establishing a base in Dunedin.
Okay.
Cruise ships tourists pile into the local buses yet again. And we've got the Southern National MPs discussing the Dunedin Hospital as Luxon is in town.
Okay. Oh, big paper. Thanks for sharing tonight, Joe. And time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, a strong easterly will blow over the region tomorrow, easing on Sunday, with high humidity bringing plenty of rain and showers throughout the weekend. Heading to the top of the South Island. Thunderstorms are on the way tomorrow with north to northeast winds up to 23 in Nelson, 21 in Greymouth and 17 with rain in Christchurch. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago. Rain with nor'easterlies here tomorrow, Ashburton heading for 16 and a high of 15 in both Timaru and Awamiru. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes and breezy nor'easterlies with showers to kickstart the weekend here with humid highs of 20 degrees in Wanaka, Queenstown and Alexandra. Heading further south. Fresh easterlies and showers tomorrow, up to 21 in Balclutha and Gore, while the rain really hits over in the Catlins, still warming up to 15 degrees. And down to the deep south, well, fine tonight in Invercargill, down to 11. The next 2 days start off sunny before a cloudy day with showers, possibly even thunderstorms, 19 tomorrow and 20 degrees on Sunday. And finally, heading to Dunedin. Rain tonight and down to 13, then cloudy and cool tomorrow with easterlies and showers up to 14. Into Sunday, showers with cloudy skies and another 14-degree day. And that's the news this Friday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. And you can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. But coming up after the break is this week's edition of Global Insight, where Professor Robert Patman looks at Russia getting the fallout from the missile strike which killed Polish nationals earlier in the week. We'll see you again next week. Mā te wā.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.